Hey guys, I have a video today that will show you several different ways to use a monthly view because now that I use trackers for my bills and most of my events are on my dailies, I don't really need the monthly view for pre-planning, so I really like to use it for retrospective things, like things that I want to look back on or creative things. So I wanted to share those with you in case you have multiple planners like me and you don't know what to do with the monthly part in one of them. So this one is my Hobonichi Weeks, which I use as a journal. This is a very trendy planner right now, and I hopped on the trend just to see because people kept talking about the paper, and I was curious. So I got one, and it is cool paper. It kind of feels like Bible paper to me. You have to be really careful with the pens you use on it because they'll smear. You have to let it dry basically, but I really like journaling in this, and I've been journaling for a long time. This is my favorite way that I've ever done it, so I'm gonna keep up with this for sure. I started in January, but the monthly view I didn't really have a use for since it's not my planner. So I decided to do a mood tracker for February, and I've found when I do it this way, a mood tracker this way, if I want to use characters, which I love to use for feelings and expressive things, it works best if you use like mostly characters from the same shop or ones with a similar color palette, because I have made very messy looking months out of trying to mix them up too much. So that's just my personal preference. But with these, I used mostly from Mochi Kichi. And my little puffy is this one, and the little teapot. And then, yeah, that's pretty much it. So I really love doing this. I think it's so cute to look back on, and it's fun to look through all my characters and pick one out for how I feel that day. So this is today, so I still have 2 more days of this month to fill out. And then I just put a little quote from an author I'm reading right now. And, oh, and this washi is from my little puffy. I love this, like, lazy character. So that's one way to do a mood tracker. And then another way I thought of, and I made this just today using this as my guide, is to use washi. And I had this really cool ombre washi from Hobby Lobby that I just had in my drawer forever, and I've always wanted to use it more, and it hit me that it would be really cool as a mood tracker. So I just gave 4 basic categories, and then each day I put a more specific word for what I was really feeling. And then it was really cool to like sit back and look. Like, this was that time of the month, so no wonder I was feeling down like for most of that week. And then I see that like towards the weekend I'm a little more lifted up, so it's just kind of interesting to look at which days I have anxiety. I actually knew that about myself, that Fridays are usually a tough day for me, and I think it's just because it's been a long week, and I usually have help from my mom on the weekends, so it alleviates some of my feelings of being overwhelmed sometimes or feeling stressed. So that was just kind of interesting to see, like, the patterns there. So I really like doing that. I'll probably do this again for March. And this insert is from Creatively Planned, and it's a B6 size, and this is her kitty cat version. She has other types too. And I'm not actually in a B6 right now. I just thought it'd be a really good size for doing this, so I dug it out of my stash. And then I also did this. I love washi tape. It's one of my favorite like planner accessories. It's my favorite crafty item to play with. So I just picked a theme of florals and bows, and I alternated them, and I just filled up the month of April with them. Just thought it looked really cute and fun and just something experimental to do. Also did a washi, like my washi of the month back here. So this was another thing I did with washi, not related to the monthly view, but just some of my favorites at the moment. It's how much I like washi. I even wrote about it. But anyway, to me, it's just so cool to see like this big pattern or big part of nature or something contained in this little roll of tape. It's just such a beautiful little thing to me. I love collecting it. So anyway, if it had a name, I put the name on it, like the Simply Gildeds have a name. And if it didn't, or I didn't know the name, I named it myself. So it was kind of fun to do. And I thought that this would be cool to do different themes, like maybe a galaxy theme or something like that. So that's another way to use it. In this one, I did a doodling challenge, which normally I find hard to keep up with. But this one, I have it here in my Hobonichi, and it's actually in December, but I wrote January because I did the January prompts that she had at Holly Pixels on Instagram. And if you just search the hashtag doodle challenge, you can find several different ones, but I really like this one because it's lettering and doodling. So if you don't want to draw it, you can just write it, which I did with Black Eyed Peas. I didn't think I could make those look cute. And then I personalized some of it, like one was scarf, and I live where it's really hot. So my main memory of wearing a scarf is a little girl telling me, "Why are you wearing a scarf when it's so hot outside?" And I was like, well, she's right, I am really hot. So trying to be stylish did not work out. So that's just like what it prompted in my memory. So that's what I wrote. This is a song I like, Resolution. For soup, I drew tomato soup in the bowls that my mom has at her house because it reminded me of her. For PJs, I wrote Jamma 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 PJ because that's from a book that my son likes. So I just like to make it mine, you know. I haven't really like posted these on Instagram or anything. It's just something fun I did for myself. But this is another way to use a monthly view, and it's cool to see all your doodles together and then try to think about what colors you're using and things like that. So I enjoyed it. I really like doing this, and I would like to do this again. So good thing I have so many planners. I have so many monthly views I can use. So this one, I did a daily highlight in my Erin Condren in January, and this has turned out to be one of my favorite spreads. I love looking at it. It's really simple, like making it was simple anyway. Like I just, oh, this was my favorite part of today, and that was something I want to remember about today, and it's just not as in depth as the weekly view. So this one I did use a mix of characters, but I kept the colors similar. And this washi is from a kit that I had used in my A6, and I didn't use all the washi and I didn't want to waste it. So these are kit leftovers that I used to decorate it. These are so cute. This is Haley's Handmade Co. I used a bunch of hers, a lot of Be Happy Plans, Grumpy Bear. I'm trying to see who else is on here. More of the Mochi Kitchi, and a few little foils too. They're so cute. And then another way that I like to use it, this is how I used it this whole year. This was 2017, my memory planner. So I use the monthly view as a gratitude journal, which I would like to go back to because right now I just kind of write it randomly in whatever planner or journal I think to do it. And that's not good. I like flipping through this and seeing every single day of this whole year there's something to be grateful for. So this was kind of early in my like decorative planning days. This is what they look like. Pretty simple. But that was a really good exercise for me to do. I loved it. I also kept a gratitude journal in my monthly view last year in this pocket planner. So this was part of my journaling system for 2018, and this is also from Creatively Planned. This one's B6 and this one's pocket size. So that was simple, easy, didn't take but a minute to do that. And it's easy to catch up a few days, you know, if you forget. So those are my monthly view ideas. Let me know if you have any ideas or just your thoughts on it. I love the monthly view. I just always love seeing that much at once. It's so fun to me. So let me know if you have any questions about where anything is from, and thank you so much for watching.